Kevin Taylor, me, I am popular than your party. Without me, you people have no news. And I will control, in the name of Allah, I will control the politics in Ghana, the talk shows in Ghana. I will make sure Ghana fuenya no kureno. That is my job. That is my calling. All right. Now, this is also another thing I want us to talk about. John Mahama is doing something marvelous. And sometimes, you know, ana utie Ghana for Libya. Oh, to see idea Sahel hanono, ayehu pao, Ivory Coast, Benin, Burkina Faso, Mali. Your neighbors, especially in Krona, Islamic nations, you know. In Sisi and Yesro, terrorists are going to enter Ghana. John Mahama is doing something. And that's why I keep telling you that the 42-year agenda, no, we all should support it as Ghanaians. Because for 42 years, you know, you concentrate and try to support this John Mahama NDC government for 42 years. All these things will be done and we will be shocked. Now, in a short space, John Dramani Mahama have visited Mali. John Mahama has visited Niger and he has visited Burkina Faso. Ask yourself why. John Mahama is trying to make sure, say, the truster, yeni Burkina forward, yeni Niger forward, yeni Mali forward, no, sa Mali for more Ghana, Niger for more Ghana, Burkina for more Ghana, no. John Mahama person almost say, we love them the same way they love us. Say bibi betoya, I was say odo mo enti, I was say omuma ye den, omuma heads up, and that's omuma ye warning. Say bibi su beto omwa, odo ye ni omu enti, I was say ye den, ye mo warning. Right now, what John Mahama is doing is that he's bringing everybody together. John Mahama is trying to make sure, say, yes, Sahel has said, your neighbors, at least, you know, we are safe and we are in good relationship with them. Because you see, if you are trying to stop terrorists, it is when Burkina stops the terrorists before the terrorists will not enter your country. You can do much, but so Burkina and stop people Burkina, you cannot stop them. So terrorists for 10 and a rema. So Burkina stop it 7, Ubet stop it 3. But so Burkina jai 10 nina no mufema. Ubet must stop it 3, 7 ibe ragana. So it is very vital and important to say, Oma yeni omu share borders no, Oma yeni omu ye neighbors no, Oma omu yeni omu ye trade no, yeni omu wasa partnership no. We need to make sure our relationship with them, our allies no, our relationship is solid. We respect them. We are not supposed to snitch on them. We are not supposed to disrespect Burkina. We are not supposed to disrespect Niger. We are not supposed to disrespect Mali. These are people who can keep our country safe. And whether you like it or not, it is true. Because when these countries decide to have an issue with us, our borders cannot stop the influx of terrorists into Ghana. No. Into John Mahama is just trying his bit. He's doing everything possible to secure you and I to Ghana, protect Ghanaians, and also protect our neighbors. And he said, John Mahama, yeah. He knows to say we are at a vulnerable position because around us, you know, we have a lot of countries. These things are happening. If he does not collaborate, so only omo ankom to me sieni, we mo mu ebuo, so we respect you more. It is going to be tough for them to basically help prevent terrorists from entering Ghana. Anytime catch Ghana for the 42-year agenda, no, John Mahama dia all ye no, so Ghana na wadwini adwuma. Oba say John Mahama ote amebu ase. John Mahama onye selfish, onye childish, onye stupid. John Mahama is thinking about your safety. John Mahama is thinking about the safety of a Malian who lives in Ghana and in Mali. John Mahama is thinking of the Nigerian who lives in Niger and lives in Ghana. He's thinking about the person who lives in Burkina Faso and also lives in Ghana. And he's looking at the trade connection between us and Burkina, us and Niger, and us and Mali. So John Mahama is basically building a new Ghana, resetting this country. We lived in this country. Your president, your neighbor, your African neighbor should be your trusted partner. It's a fact. United States of America, almost trusted allies are the Israelis. They are their trusted allies and they share things that you don't know. Because at the end of the day, a woman, not a woman, they are two different things. So you might hear them. You might see, say, they and the Israelis are not. The United States' first ally on earth, planet, is Israel. And there are so many things United States does for Israel that at the end of the day, they know that at the end of the day is the protection they need. And they know when they keep the Israelis safe, it protects them back home. And this is intelligence that you need to have. So you don't go out there and throw your ally, your neighbor under the bus. So we are sir, now we are leader, we are snitch. And then time say, JB Dankwa, the Judas of Ghana politics. Sir, the instinct, sir, nyoma e woni mu emane ye nipa boni ni kromfo wudifo no. It is in Ekufuado. Because as a president of the Republic of Ghana, how can you go to America and go and lie about your neighbor who can protect you from a terrorist attack? A president, and in say, Nanado Danko ni Ekufuado ni MPP we and we are not supposed to give them. Now let's watch Ekufuado. This is what Ekufuado did when he was president of Ghana. He went all the way to Europe and lied and went there to tell America for say, Uni bibi, Burkina Faso for Mumbrana Mumbeshi Burkina. Mumbrana Mumbeye Senche Burkina. You are a president. You are not supposed to do that. Now, look at what Ekufuado did.
Some security analysts have criticized President Ekufuado for accusing the Burkina Faso government of harboring Russian mercenaries during a meeting with the U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, on the sidelines of the U.S. African Leaders Summit on Wednesday. The president in the meeting described the move by Burkina Faso as distressing for Ghana. Let's hear what the president said before engaging security analyst Adib Sani.
Today, Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. I believe a mine in southern Burkina has been allocated to them as a form of payment for their services. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana. Apart from not accepting the idea of great powers once again making Africa their theater of operation, we have a particular position that you know about over the Ukraine war, where we have been very, very vocal and upfront about condemning the invasion of Russia by Russia. And therefore, they're now to have this group at our borders is a matter of some considerable disquiet and concern for us. And we really like to have a privileged opportunity to talk about its implications and what we believe ought to be the case. This is what took place with the discussion in the Congress yesterday, which I found very fruitful. And I would like that the themes of that discussion should be the themes that we should continue to address. To what extent?
This guy is a fool. Onim nyansa. Oni na ode Ghana to a very difficult position. Na terrorists saw it. Oko America. Oko UN Assembly Program. And only America for share. Catch them. Oh, Burkina for. Oh, tell Burkina for the Russia for be show. Munko say kruno. This idiot. Jimmy when I met na meto sebe. Sa nkwasiafo we. Esenkenya nyame na boaye emetumi yi NDC ba power kan kwasiafo na da wote aso kuro na say. A whole president, a snitch, a filthy agovet say Ekufuado. Jimmy, the foreign affairs minister Tenenchen, they go and throw their neighbor under the bus. Do you know the support we get from Burkina? Do you know the amount of food that comes from Burkina? Do you know the amount of air service we get from Burkina? Do you know the help Burkina can give us that a lot of country cannot give us? Do you know the number of Burkinabés in Ghana who support our economy? Do you know the amount of business transaction that happens between Ghana and Burkina? Ekufuado wa yakwasia. Obi owo MPP bia yakwasia. Omo Jimmy, makachem so we mo Jimmy. And I'm never going to stop using these words because we are dealing with toilet mumwa. They are stupid. They think everything is about them. They think say JB Dankwa tendencies no sa konkonsa snitch yenku nipa yendi konkonsa yentwa janda muntonkofo so yenda danipa. This era na yabano, it is an era of truth. Now listen to John Mahama when he went to see the president of Niger. Listen to the president and what he said.
And finally, we discussed the revival of the Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation between Mali and Ghana. The last meeting was in 2011 in Accra, and the next meeting was supposed to take place here, but due to some circumstances, it didn't happen. And so we're looking to revive it so that as early as possible, we can send our technical team to come and sit with our Malian counterparts and discuss how we can increase and strengthen the cooperation that exists between our two countries. We discussed it, and we recognize that there's been some issues of trust, problems with trust between the two groups. But at the same time, I think that we must establish mutual respect for each other. And I'm sure that if we're able to do that, we can continue to work together. I think that there's a choice that Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have taken, but that won't be an impediment in us continuing to have our bilateral relations with all those countries. We're brothers, and God put us in this sub-region for a purpose. And so whether we like it or not, we have to live together. And so I think that we must establish a mutual respect between the AES and ECOWAS. And I'm sure that if we're able to build on that respect and trust, we should be able to work together. I'm an old face because I've been president before. I've been chairman of ECOWAS before. But again, I'm a new face because I was just elected. And so Ghana is prepared to continue to play the role of a bridge between our two groups, the ECOWAS and the Alliance of Sahelian States.
So this is what John Mahama said to the Niger president. We need to collaborate. We need to act like brothers. We need to come together, unite, protect our borders, protect our citizens. This is what a leader does. John Mahama is bringing people together. John Mahama is forming a unit. John Mahama is building nations. John Mahama is bridging borders. In Kwasiafo way say power. Now, listen to John Mahama when he went to see the Malian president, the Burkinabe president.
In Africa, we say when your neighbor's house is on fire, you have to help him to quench it. Otherwise, it will spread to your own house. This issue of terrorism started with Mali, and it spread gradually into Niger and now into Burkina Faso. And like I said, terrorism is like a cancer. If you don't fight it together, it will spread throughout the body.
Now you see, this is what leaders do. Leaders build trust. Now let me tell you, Oko Mali, Oko Niger, Oko Burkina, they trust John Mahama's leadership. The leaders there, even though Omia military for no, they trust John Mahama's leadership. They can rely on his words. They know, say, this is a man who is thinking deep. This is a man who is not being selfish. This is a man who is not a relative of a CIA and snitch. You can see, say, they are more comfortable with John Mahama. They respect Ghanaians now, and they respect what we want them to do for us and what we have to do for them. And you see, you cannot underestimate your neighbors. You cannot disrespect your neighbors. You need to show them utmost respect because your security depends on your neighbor. Anytime John Mahama Bube say what about you say Asia, men can say about you so if you are not able to protect your neighbor, you have to understand say 90% of the time you are not protected. Into what John Mahama is doing, John Mahama is protecting Ghanaians and protecting our neighbors. And our neighbors are now seeing that this is a leader who wants to make sure, say, we in a sub-Saharan African region, he is making sure, say, we are protected and we are secured. The moment we are short of security, business transaction will be easy. Somebody can carry 20 tons of tomatoes from Burkina and nobody will block that person on the way and say it is not safe. You can go to Mali, you can go bring your items, you can go to Burkina, you can go to Niger. That is what security brings. That is what, when you have security amongst nations, it helps build a business. It helps build the trust. So John Mahama is building business trust. He's building security trust. He's building trust amongst humans, we the citizenry. He's building some friendship that we can rely on, depend on, and build our nations together. And this is what we say the 42-year agenda. No, John Mahama 42-year agenda. This is out of Kwame Nkrumah's ideology. And Professor Akosakachi, if you are very smart, now monitor what John Mahama is doing. John Mahama is basically playing the Kwame Nkrumah playbook. He is basically picking what is in there that is good that he believes in, that he knows that will help Ghana. So Kwame Nkrumah, where he left off, John Mahama basically is doing that. So when you listen to this professor, he told you clearly.
Let me say this, that His Excellency John Mahama comes from the tradition. He comes from the tradition. So far, all his speeches have been, as far as I'm concerned, on point. It has been facing the people and giving the people hope. If that gets translated into action, how will you dissociate that from Nkrumah's philosophy? It becomes very difficult to dissociate. So maybe this is the time that all of us must join in and support. Because if our ultimate aim is to meet the needs of the people at their point of need, then we would have achieved that through, should I say, making the soup more of an Nkrumahist philosophy than anything else.
So this is clear. So you Ghana near we are paying we are correct the 42 years plan and a dahono. John Mahama is building Ghana. He is basically intertwining Ghana. John Mahama is sewing the country back, and he is linking us to our neighbors. So we should not joke with the 42-year plan. John Mahama has started it. We need to support the NDC to make sure, say, the 42-year plan for them to stay in power, it is realized. Right now, you are comfortable in Ghana. Businessmen now trust the system. They don't see John Mahama as a snitch. They don't see him as a drug addict. They don't see John Mahama being followed by sycophants, criminals, drug addicts who don't want us to have our freedom. They see John Mahama as a unifier, as a visionary, as a respectable man who respects the citizenry. So that is what a nation wants. A nation does not want a stupid political party that does not have a base, that does not have a vision, that does not have principles. The other country where 8 years, there was no principles. And it's a president to be in America for him. Now, Okatakyie America for say go and attack Burkina Faso. Nobody should ever think of allowing the MPP back to power because these are ingrates. These are offsprings. These are people who were spit out by the snitches. So you cannot compare the NPP to the NDC. The NDC stands tall. John Mahama has started something good. Where Nkrumah left off, John Mahama is picking it from there. Let us all support it. In Kwasiafore, let's just leave them in their cages. They cannot change anything. We all came together with one mind to say, let us put the NDC back to power. We need to check them and we need to make sure the principles of the party, a social democratic party, we all should make sure it becomes a reality. And into the end, teacher ni Ghana, nana kuma Tony him. If it's a John Mahama say, "Osi school or so si Bangalo kaho," and into the next ni Ghana, nana kuma Tony him. Because John Mahama say, "Obesi more hospitals." Because why ebida? And into the end, so obi wa Ghana, nasa or a young man or a young student, on him say there is future because. John Mahama catch Romo say they are going to create more jobs. Coding job is going to come. Women's National Bank is going to come. People who are entering tertiary institutions will not be paying fees for their first semester. This is what we talk about. This is a leader who is basically putting the country together. It takes time, but we all have seen where's government. We have seen mad men and stupid women lead us. Now we are seeing intelligent, rational people trying to put our nation together. We cannot make a mistake and go back to animals who think about only themselves. And I'm talking about the NPP as a political party and its followers. They are pigs. They don't want anything to go on. All that they can do is to lie, jandam, criticize, and think everything should be about them. We are not ready to be having an animal's kingdom. We are ready to be building a nation with citizens who are ready and willing to help build Ghana. That is where the focus should be. So the 42-year agenda by the NDC, we all should stick to it and make sure it's a reality. Now, Mama Traore Adebua, you see the story? Gigim. Now, John Mahama are buying, NDC are buying at the story in Ampaw. Yes, see. Diplomatic passport holders face stop list sanctions if not returned by March 17. Kusi Boating. And then the Sarkodi and Muamaka tribal foods, Yes, see Muamukuta. Diplomatic passport Kennedy Japan Monfambra. By 17th of March, you'll be declared a criminal. This is the John Mahama administration. While ukuta diplomatic passport biya wa Ghana, the president has made a statement or say every single person ukuta diplomatic passport bring it. You are supposed to reapply. If you deserve it, you'll be given it back. The issue here is that bring the diplomatic passport. After 17th of March, you become an enemy of the state. Because when you take that diplomatic passport to travel, you are a criminal. You are using the name of Ghana to go commit a crime. Way a assembly point, you see Independence Square, Munyinamo report it. Oba ekutao, ya jani atiefi one the passport amount. Diplomatic passport no. Oba faudi bra, kusibu ating, e musa akodi ne muamaka. Ya see obia for the diplomatic passport mbra. Announcement no ended the 17th of March. Ministry of Foreign Affairs ended the presidency in the information abetuo. Wa ukuta diplomatic passport or Ghana. Kusibu ating, won't return a diplomatic passport no. You become an enemy of the state. John Mahama and the NDC are cleaning the system. They are resetting Ghana. At a point, near the Ghana diplomatic passport and they transfer cocaine free Ghana. We know how they use the things in Ghana, people's aviation companies to do those things. So we are telling you people, more number diplomatic passport, air transported cocaine from private jets in Ghana. We have seen all of you. Return the diplomatic passports. Return the diplomatic passport, and by the 17th of March, if you don't return the diplomatic passport, you're a boo. A boo be a boo no. Bro pa near Pedro Motium, yet the bro boo motu. Oh my God, Damaneba. Yet the best show motium blow near Chumase, near Tiao Consul, you ran at the bent to a woo when you say, near the shoe pan near a woo motium. If you are not a suicide, I saw him near Moto. Near the Conco, milk Conco, ye me near the Chiauto. Hey, more for a diplomatic passport in Bray. More for a diplomatic passport in Bray. We have to do a background check of all of you guys. The 17th is the last day. Everybody needs to bring their diplomatic passport. NPP pigs. Munimunyansa. Here, Makabi Biache Ghana for me say. The NPP as a political party is like a zoo. They are like animals. You know the so be catcher say obi support MPP now onye educated, onye enlightened, obwa. They naturally embrace foolishness. From 2015 January there, has the NPP told you Adikudienti lose election? Have they even told you why we should even give Ghana to them again? They have no clue about governance. Aya handsome, aya atenie. In their head, being come the strategy is that Mumma Aunafo, because of JJ Rollins, the obedi president inti, Yaman Unafo look bad, Yaman Zimafo Kwame Nkrumah look bad, Yaman Fantifo look bad, Yaman Tafo look bad, na Yankwane Ghana for Enchichi Krosa, Yam Penny Bium. We are not going to allow a group of foolish people who are selfish and self-centered to lead us again. We are done. And these are the things Namokan with them and American TV Suntina Yamuyano. And I know the pain in the heart of the NPP. Yaobi wa makumem, a menam de sa yaw ni shemu. Na de emi yane se, mesadi another yaw account. 90% of more NPP for Motiasi, NPP power no more. I'm telling you. 90% of NPP for Motiasi ne. Wa we di 40. NPP power no we di 42, 82. No that. You see what you dollar for the dada. Ebubu na krasa dia ye dey see stores. Me see more MPP for 90% of you. NDC will be in power for 42 years. More time MPP mra power na ma wu me see mo e ma be see no ya sa be dwu what you see stores. Ye see ele kwa ye dwudwi. Into we already 35. NDC ebe free so 40 years time no. No we di 78. No we into so mo brem wanse mo brem wanse. What you people are doing will not change any Ghanaians' mind. Hey, Abana Ekoto in 2024, no, nobody will change their mind to vote for MPP. On what grounds? On what grounds? Dear Ntinama, Ghana Okoto about 2024, Emma NDC. On what grounds? Because the problem the NDC came to meet, those problems will take years to solve. John Mahama is going to solve them gradually. And Jobeba to us no solve it because mamu chance mamu say the fight against Galamsey, you can't use 6 months to solve it. It's a gradual process, and it takes leaders who are ready and willing. It be time kwasiafobi John Mahama power. You people start in power for 8 years. Chema won to me kwateboto Jimmy. En kwasiafo de seketi jemfua Samia Wuku Nanabi kwasiafo wetu Ghana nkuro so no mo sai kuro no yamfa 1 year enchechire kuro no ensan endane bibia. It takes time. It takes time to solve that. Inti Galamsey nkwana, it will take 8 years to solve the Galamsey problem. Yeah, I'm telling you. Inti NDC will need 8 years to solve the Galamsey. After that, near the 8 years, I solve a Greek problems. Near another 8 years. Inti problem there a 42-year plan. It is going to take long. And we are not ready to start fixing for some of you pigs belonging to a tribal party to come and destroy it. No. Because J.J. Rawlings buy or be boy ebe see dam. J.A. Kufo buy a year or be koye or be Ghana at 50. And a small girl be chene shwa. And obeji sika koye. Atamos buy and obe start projects. And a Mahama betwaso. And a atichidia kwasi ampeyiwe on a bozege buy and a mobe say bibia. We are not going to give you people space again. We have 42 years to build this nation. The NDC is going to make mistakes. We will correct them. The NDC is going to fall at a point. We will correct them. The NDC will deliver. We will be happy. So we are not ready to go back to a tribal stupid pigs who are not ready to learn. We are not going to give anybody that room. We will correct the NDC. We will guide them. At least they respect us. The NDC as a political party respect our tribe. They respect our root. They respect our mothers and respect who we are. They are not selective. They don't check our names. They don't check where we are coming from. They are not going to kill us. They are not going to destroy our land. The NDC is going to show us respect. So at least with that, they are humans. They will make mistakes. We will correct them. But we are not going to go back to you pigs. Now, my party akosia himfie. Your politics and your one himfie. So you people should separate the two. Onana Kevin Taylor mini nana party ni yamfa ba himfie ya mechechire Ghana wa himfie biem ya bechechire Ghana wa Ghana parliament ya bechechire Ghana wa the presidency. We are done building a nation from a palace. Ahimfie yedi kokoo nsem ahimfie yedi eden entomasem yetu obi a ene di na ahimfie obi kotom na kakra bia na yendi oman asem policies ye nchechire na ahimfie. The NDC is not a palace party. The NDC is for the people. The NDC represents the people. Until the NDC gives way, me see, the 42-year plan, where we're going to be, that is the plan we are going to support. Yeah, we are not going to move from that plan. It's memo being an agent say, any menumi yana MPP about power, kaya mua makats the momashamu bo, and a media woma kumum. Sa pain in a woma kumumuna. Emamo this misbehaving eke cancel no make Kevin Taylor. I am not done. Mushemenim me a fucking guy. Wa kun toko pipe anoda. Wa sa atache dia wi obi ani so da unhu bi da. Ya de 55 ball case 5 ashwichi abraye border. Me a fucking guy. Me say 42 years. Pain na me de atoma kumemu no. Sa pain no na part 1. Me say the another pain bi betoma kumemu. You people will never forget. And as far as Onyankopon tiasi Allah in his own wisdom. Wama me nyansa, wama me ede akumapa. Waka chem say Kevin, this is what you have to do. The young people will never come close to power. Share. Me a wicked fucking. The earlier you people start to think like Ghanaians, the better for you people. Because we are not waiting. We are not going to wait for any tribal fool. We are moving. And every intelligent Ghanaian is moving with us. You better check whether you people like it or not. The NDC was not sent from heaven. The NDC will make mistakes. The NDC, there are humans in the NDC who make mistakes. It does not mean we are going to vote against the NDC. Don't forget this NC. Yatiana muko be a damn kokuma wona for moi. Na mo say mun free power da. Yati kroma na mudidi atem sa na Mahama koto Ameri yewie na kwase afom tam kosi kumase san kwase asem we yesu atwa memete ase onyankopon ka me hu. You people are not coming to power again. Mohwe meni me wohwe meni a me ye fucking na mo me say makangu mo so ena makata so Makengumuso and a makataso. You people are not coming close to power. Now just hear Jimiana. You people think we don't know what we are doing. Dear Mahama in just 58 days. See how I Ghana, the fresh air you see in Ghana today. See how people are confident to enter into business. Mojin says I'm on kwasi adena moye ye no. Mote it social media ye no. And then the best is obi adwene. You people can do a survey right now in Ghana. Mo pa mo nkonko ya mo special survey. Baby mo stronghold. Mo ko mo benya mo numbers. Nobody is ready to listen to a tribal foolish party. Nobody. Kwasi afo.
Yo, we are best fishermen. Solo for no answer my. I watch it. You will for Belgium fan. It was a tia Belgium fan. It was two Belgium fan. Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Super why round what? It was for Belgium fan. It was a tia Belgium fan. It was two Belgium fan. It was a Belgium fan. Why you're yell? Why round what? 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 Every papa no, what one is the motto? 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 Why round what? Why you're yell? Why round what?
You are still live on Loud Silence TV. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. I control the airwaves and I control Ghana politics. Whether you like it or not, I do. I am still the tornado. I am still the Pelé. Nobody, until I give way, nobody has any way. And Onyankopon afa so the way. You cannot change it. You cannot fight it. Because you see, my helper is the Lord. And he has given me the word to give to the people. And anytime I'm starting my show, 2012, I say, I am a messenger without a Bible or a Quran. I am telling you the truth. Enti, me and I'm El Capitano, the real Stephen Appiah in Ghana politics. I am the Pelé, Abedi Pele, no. The Capitano, Captain Ebome. I decide who rules Ghana. And the next 4 years, the next 8 years, the next 16 years, the next 42 years, NDC will rule. Nobody. I said, Chairman Sabo to catch more MP before say, you people, when you go into opposition, we will spend not less than, one can say less than 12. Or say not less than, more, because you're from the MP, you want to brofo. Or say, Chairman Sabo to catch will say, you will spend not less than, it could be 90 years. Montebro for Jiminti, my Saka Munoma, and Amudia. Messay, I'm telling you, or say not less than 12 years. Why grammar? What you say? Or say you bet to make the opposition 40 years. Brofono, I catch them no. Namutuo, my say Muburo. Kevin Taylor, me, I am popular than your party. Without me, you people have no news. And I will control, in the name of Allah, I will control the politics in Ghana, the talk shows in Ghana. I will make sure Ghana fuenya no kureno. That is my job. That is my calling.